a lot to like for the Reds moving forward. Encarnacion-Strand, the next name to watch here, came over to the Reds with Spencer Steer in the Tyler Mahle deal with the Twins last summer. Encarnacion-Strand has just been tearing it up in AAA, hitting 361, 17 home runs, 1165 OPS over 43 games. And we're not talking about the Pacific Coast League, where you look at those numbers and you're like, he's doing this in the International League. And with those crazy numbers, Encarnacion-Strand is actually striking out less than he did in his previous 2 seasons in the minors. He's also drawing a lot more walks. There's actually an interesting article. You can seek it out. JJ Cooper from Baseball America wrote an article on his approach where Encarnacion-Strand does an unusual amount of damage on pitches outside of the strike zone, essentially chase pitches. These are pitches where hitters usually do quite poorly, but he's thriving. It's fair to wonder how sustainable this is against Major League pitching. But while there's questions to answer here, Encarnacion-Strand has serious power, will find himself in a great situation in Cincy, not just the ballpark, but the lineup. I think we get the call up any day now. So you got to get ahead of the market and stash. He's available just about 70% of Yahoo leagues. So people are starting to get the message here, but make sure he's rostered.
Yeah, for sure. And not two totally different players, but De La Cruz looks so good that maybe it just adds a little bit more excitement to this Reds team. It seems like they did well on that Mahle deal. Steer's been a good, if unspectacular, player for them. And I still think this could be a destination offense. I know it's maybe underperformed through the first third of the season, but with some of these reinforcements coming, this is going to be a fun team. I think they're going to be a team that's going to contend in a year or two. It's not a great division right now.
Division is terrible. They have a chance.
They're kind of quasi contenders right now.
Anybody has a chance in the NL Central
for sure. Yeah. So I've had trouble, DJ, finding pitching all year, and so I've admittedly moved the bar down. And when I see Dean Kramer over the last 6 weeks getting ERA at 3.5, 5 wins in 8 starts, 10 walks against 40 strikeouts for the Orioles, I'm like, okay, you know what? I can do something with this. It basically makes him a top 50 starter over that span. And he had runs of relevance last year. His most recent start was a strong 6-inning quality start against Toronto. He had a decent start against the Giants, a decent start against Texas recently. We know how good their lineup is. Dean Kramer's not going to be a star. Dean Kramer's not going to be a fireball strikeout guy. None of that. But basically, if I can find somebody who every time he picks up the ball, I think he can go 6 innings and maybe allow 2 or 3 runs, that's playable in the size of the mixed leagues I play in. Like TGFBI is a 15-teamer. My hometown league is a 13-teamer. That's who I'm pegging Dean Kramer for. It's not for the 8 and 10-team leagues. You can leave him on the waiver wire. But in those deeper mixed formats, I think there's some playability to Dean Kramer.